My name is Ali Al-Shabibi, and I am talking about CORD, Central Office Re-Architected as a Data Center, the residential version of CORD. So CORD aims to deliver the economies of a data center, where you can use commodity building blocks such as white boxes and off-the-shelf servers to build your infrastructure, and the agility of a cloud provider, where you can provide software platforms and new services and roll them out dynamically into your environment. So this is the general architecture of CORD, where we have a leaf spine fabric, a set of compute nodes, a set of OLTs to connect the subscriber's home, and a few head nodes. In this demo, we only are using 2 compute nodes and 1 OLT. This is the software architecture of CORD, where we have the CORD controller, which is essentially XOS. And on top of that, we have the ability to configure a service graph, as well as the customer care portal. And then here is the service graph that we're using in this demo. We have the residential subscribers on one side that connect through the VoLT service, then through the VSG. Then they can get content through a VCDN, as well as connect out to the internet via the vRouter. The blue boxes denote a control function that is programmed onto the data plane, whereas the red boxes are the data plane elements that actually exist physically. This is the software stack of CORD. We have XOS at the top, which is our Uber controller, and where we define our services. Under that, we have OpenStack and Docker, where we spin up containers and VMs, such as the VSG or the VCDN. We've used a very small part of Neutron in this case. And then we have ONS as well, where we run all the networking for CORD. The virtual tenant network, the fabric control, multicast, and we have 2 ONS clusters. One is the fabric ONS, and the other one is denoted the CORD ONS. The fabric ONS is to deliver infrastructure, whereas the CORD ONS delivers the overlay networking. So putting it all together, we have the software stack of ONS, we have the hardware here, the software stack of CORD, the hardware used in CORD, and then we have the home subscriber, which is using a Netgear device in this demo, which is this device here that is connected to our rack on the show floor. And then we have an OLT system and a GPON system to connect the central office to the home user. So so now we're going to move to the video. Yeah. So one nice aspect of CORD is we allow content providers to deliver content within CORD. So in this particular case, we've partnered with Akamai, and they've extended their CDN all the way out to this location here, our pod here. And one of their customers, CNN, we're playing their videos streaming from the local cache. And this is why you can see that the CDN, the video that you get here, the quality of this video is very high compared to the quality you would get over a standard conference Wi-Fi. All right, and now we're back, and we're going to show you another feature of CORD, which is the ability to roll in services as part of a subscriber's connection. So a subscriber could have a parental controls function as part of his connection, and he could, per user of his home network, he could set some parental controls on that connection. So for example, a father living in his home doesn't like his child being on the internet all the time, right? So he can set a certain level. So for example, here we set it to G-rated content, and he can no longer access websites such as Minecraft. So then he's blocked from those controls. So we've already set this customer's connection, and this user can only access G-rated content on his internet connection. So that means if someone in the home tries to get to Minecraft, he will be blocked. As we can see, his website has been filtered. He can still access the open CORD website and understand and figure out how to get around this limitation, but that's a good thing for a child in a house to learn how to do these things. So this is another aspect of CORD, which is the operator portal, where an operator can come and have a look at the service graph that's deployed in CORD. So here we have the subscriber, the VSG service, the vRouter service, and out to the upstream network. And we can see the physical elements that make up this network. We have the LAN and the WAN side. If we select the subscriber that we're currently on, if we select the subscriber that we're currently on, we can see that he's been allocated this S tag, the S tag 20 and C tag 20. And if we choose the VSG service, we can see which VSG he's running off. And this will give us information about how much RAM this VSG is using, how much CPU it's using, and how many packets it's seeing in and out of it. So this kind of gives a global view for an operator to see whether everything is healthy and running correctly. One thing that happens often in operator networks is the ability to make subscribers delinquent. And for that, we can click on the subscriber and see if he hasn't paid his bill, we can set him to a delinquent, into a delinquent mode. And normally this happens automatically when a subscriber has not paid his bill, but for the purposes of a demo, we activate it manually. We've already set the user as delinquent because he hasn't paid his bill, so that means he shouldn't be able to access the internet at all anymore. So if he tries to go to, say, Amazon, you can see that he doesn't get anywhere and he's blocked here. So in Cord, we also have a monitoring framework, which allows us to see the different services and what resources they're using. So for example, if we pick the VSG service, we can see all the different statistics, all the different parameters and values for each aspect of the VSG. So for example, if I pick the VSG globally, I can see the CPU utilization, I can see the disk reads, disk writes. So if I pick, for example, CPU utilization, we'll see a graph show up that shows us the CPU utilization over time of this particular VSG. And this allows the operator to dig into Cord and dig into the settings, to dig into the configuration and the state of each VSG to make sure that everything is operating correctly. So another feature of Cord is the ability to send probes and test the network from any vantage point. So in this demo, we've built this small interface which allows us to run tests from different vantage points of the network. So the context is here that if a customer calls the operator and says, my internet connection is no longer working, the operator could immediately run a whole battery of tests to verify whether the subscriber's connection and all the upstream services are operating correctly. So this is running a whole bunch of tests to see whether everything is working correctly, and we should get a result back that tells us whether everything is operating normally. So we can see that everything in this case was fine. And so one thing you could do is also send traffic from the customer's home and verify that it's arriving and capture the traffic in the central office to see that everything is from the customer's home to the central office, the connectivity is okay. So in this demo, you've seen subscriber services deployed on the Cord platform. You've seen a customer care portal for administration and management of the customer's connection. You've seen third-party services deployed in Cord. And you've seen a brief glimpse into the Cord system monitoring framework. Thank you for attending this demo.